All right. How my thinking leads to eating. Just one won't hurt. Have you ever heard that before? You're standing in the kitchen, you got wind that there's a cookie bag in there, some candy, something delicious, and that little voice talks to you and says, just one won't hurt. Well, let's talk about that. That lower brain drive to have just one, is that truly honest? Truly. I used to hear it too, so I'm there with you. I used to hear, oh, just one won't hurt. It's okay, just one. And then inevitably I would eat way more than one, always, okay? So what I started to do is pay attention to that. I would write down, okay, I had one Oreo, then two Oreos, then three Oreos. And what I started to notice, and you have to play detective here, is that my lower brain tended to lie to me to get me to do these things. Of course, it never means it from a nefarious place. It's looking at it like, okay, she's feeling a little anxious, a little tired, a little stressed. Just one won't hurt. It'll make her feel better. Convinces you of that. But then you look back at your action and you see, as you go through all your food logs, again, your food logs are a great source of information for you to learn about your eating behaviors. Should not be a punishment tool. It should not be a judgmental tool. It should be like interesting. That little lower brain showed up 5 times this week and said just one wouldn't hurt. And my gosh darn it, I never ate just one. I ate on average 4. So when your lower brain starts to say that to you, you go, there's my lower brain again. And when it says just one won't hurt, say, you're probably right. One wouldn't hurt. However, the information that I have collected shows I never eat just one. I actually eat like 3 or 4 or 5. So it actually kind of messes me up for the day. So while you're saying that, and it sounds lovely and everything, the truth is that I do eat more than one, and it doesn't help me towards my goal. So when you say that, I'm just going to say, no, that's not true, and we're going to move on. And it would be better for me to pre-plan in that Oreo, or 2 Oreos, or 3 Oreos, versus to kind of give into it impulsively and make that incorrect decision for myself. And honestly, this just one concept also can be dealt with in your pre-planning. So whenever you're hearing that lower brain kick in and say, oh, just one won't hurt, say, you know what? How about this? Why don't we jump to our meal plan for tomorrow and actually put in 3 Oreos as opposed to just one? I would totally love to have 3 Oreos with a cup of milk. It would taste delicious. But if I say I'm just going to have one, and statistically speaking, if I look at my past records, that's never happened. I'm setting myself up to not have the best day that I could. So I don't want to do that. And remember, you're parenting your lower brain. You have a toddler trying to run the show. The toddler is going to come in and say, Mommy, can I just have one cookie before dinner? No, you can't. We'll have that tomorrow or have it after dinner. You're parenting yourself. It's not a problem. It's always going to be there. You're not getting out of it. But if you don't want to parent yourself, then you'll constantly give in to a 3-year-old's demands. You have to step up and say, I hear what you're saying, but the facts would indicate other way. The other potential here, which is I'm going to eat a heck of a lot more than just one. And it's going to kind of not help me toward my goal. So I'm not going to have just one. So I'm going to say thank you, but no thank you. And I'm going to pre-journal it for the next day. And I'm going to own that decision. That's where I want to see you get to. Okay. So when you hear that little voice in your head say, it's just one, really speak back in a more authoritative voice and say, no, that's actually not true. And that if that had to pass a court of law as evidence for a case, it would be thrown out. So if that's the case, I'm not going to listen to this. I am going to choose to not have it today, or I'm going to be honest and plate 3 of them, sit down and eat it and journal 3, because the reality is if that's what I tend to eat, that's honest, right? So be honest about your actions, be honest with the lower brain and what it says. And just remember, again, it's trying to take good care of you. It's just like literally having a 3-year-old take care of you and make sure the bills are paid, make sure that you're eating nutritious food, making sure you get in your walk. It doesn't have the ability to do that. It's trying, just not doing a great job of it. So we have to step in and kind of parent our lower brain and parent ourselves. All right, guys, I hope this video helps. Please like and subscribe. Share the videos. I'm shocked we're getting lots of people finding the channel now and getting help from it because you guys are spreading the good word. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.